Yo guys, it's Herbie. Thanks for coming through to this vlog number 7.
Did you put your name into the goblet of fire, Harry? Dumbledore asked calmly.
Harry! I protest!
Harry, you put your name in the goblet of fire.
Darkness and silence through the night.
It's funny, I actually was just text messaging with a friend because I'm missing class right now.
You are?
And my film class. And it's so funny because they're watching American Beauty today and analyzing it.
American Beauty? What's funny about that?
You were in that.
No, it wasn't.
American Beauty?
Nope.
What's the one with the rose petals?
That.
That's not you?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Really?
Swear to God.
Am I just very
I
confused?
think you are.
I love it. I love the way she says, you were in that.
What's funny about that?
You were in that.
No, it wasn't.
These comments. It's so funny. At first I was like, so when I first looked at this video, I looked down at the comments, and I looked at the comments first, and I was like, Stanley Tucci? What? I was like, why would Stanley Tucci be in this video? Alright, I'm not gonna read these comments because it's gonna be spoilers. He really handled that situation well. He remained polite to the interviewer without making it feel embarrassed about a mistake. This is why Mark Wahlberg is such a respected actor. Look, not everyone can dodge awkward situations as gracefully as he did. Props to Simba from Lion King. Like, man, you don't see many actors being so calm to people making simple mistakes. Thank you so much, Robert Downey Jr. Oh, poor John Cusack. John Cusack can learn a thing or two from this guy. So humble and chill. So good, dude. Poor John. Poor John. Poor John. I also wanted you to see this. Have you ever heard of a kookaburra? I've heard of a... Okay, maybe I haven't. There's another one that sounds like this. Kookaburra. I've heard of a... There's another one that's like a rodent. You know what I'm saying? A kookaburra? I've heard of a kookaburra. But this is like a kookaburra. This is a bird. So anyway, I just wanted to show you this real quick. So, YouTube videos, dude, have been so amazing for learning Blender. Like, we live in such a unique age where you can literally just learn something like Blender. But what I'm realizing is that Blender is very much a technical thing. It's so much more technical than art. At least it can be, because there's so much that you can do just by basic will of power. So I tried making this cartoon fire. That was my little teardrop example, and I watched this little video. I watched 15 seconds of it.
Proportional editing turned on as such. This is optional, but I deleted the top faces to keep the mesh open. Begin by adding a new material. Change the render engine to
Holy
Eevee
crap,
and enable the
holy
ambient
crap.
occlusion, bloom, and screen space reflection boxes. Bring up a new viewport and open up the shader editor in it. Delete the default node and add an emission node. We'll begin with adding flame.
So
Object mode.
I go back to just a simpler video.
And is helpful for manipulating
It's an arduous process. Is that a word? So I want to make cartoon fire. I want to make a candle flame that's like cartoony, looking like Wind Waker or something. It's interesting how technical a lot of this stuff is. It's okay. So here I'm watching this video to show like how to get those little wavy textures. Look at that, wow. So much of it is like effects or processes or forces. And you can create a lot of detail and interesting, fully realized worlds very quickly because you aren't like drawing the individual effects of these items that are on the screen in your picture, but you're just telling these objects to react to the wind instead of drawing how they might react to the wind. It's exciting to see what is possible with all these, with 3D, and I can't emphasize enough how much of the usefulness of the 3D art is its accessibility. And the beautiful thing about this accessibility is how many more fleshed out, fully realized artworks and worlds can be created so easily. So many new types of art, so many new games, so many new stories, movies, brands, labels can explore authentic realization of human wonder and human artistry and mastery and storytelling. It's going to be so rapid, as if AI wasn't rapid enough, but it is so rapid. And using Blender and getting to know Blender helped me see that it's even more rapid than I was expecting. So I was kind of struggling here with getting the gradient just right. I was messing around with a lot of the physical transformations of the flame here, so I kind of put the gradient on pause, but I really like how much control you have over it. I mean, you really have complete control. You can tell exactly what to do, but with the method I found on YouTube, I was pleasantly surprised by how much control you could have over it. You can make it look like a jagged fire, you can make it look like a teardrop, you can make it look like something more calm, something more frantic. In order to get that nice yellow on the bottom for the flame, I was using a very aggressive yellow before, and I couldn't understand why it looked so unnatural. And I guess for the light of the flame that was closest to where the wick would be, I guess the yellow wouldn't be like a high saturation, so I had to bring the yellow closer to like the center of the color wheel where it's like white. So it's like this, so it's this brighter, I guess that's what brighter would be. When I'm thinking brighter, I'm always thinking a higher value, so I'm always thinking higher saturation, so I'm always thinking yellow closer to the outside of the color wheel where it's saturated. But this is what I'm talking about. I guess in some contexts, for example, a fire, a flame, the yellow that we might be seeing, it might be a yellow that is closer to the white on the color wheel, so it's not actually the most saturated. IDK, to me, that's interesting. Anyway, look at that. See, with that black background, I think it looks pretty dang cool, man. With just a few minutes, well, I don't know, 30 minutes of work. It's beautiful. To me, it's like hypnotizing. After I finished it, I even left it on my desktop for, I don't know, the whole day. So happy with it. It just looks so cool. It's like, yeah, I did that. Freaking made that flame. It looks like it's in a video game, but I thought that's pretty cool. That's my progress right now with Blender. I would say, I don't know, what do you think? For barely being able to move an object around or the camera to changing the size, now after this tutorial, it feels good to be able to have an animated product and to have gotten there using a tutorial, but using my own hands. Feels pretty cool. You guys should check it out. Thank you for coming through to the Herbs and Peaches channel. Thank you for being here. I apologize for the messiness so far, but I really enjoyed making these, so if you enjoyed making these, we'll see you next time. Leave a like or say what's up. Have a great day. Thanks for visiting the vlog number 7.